I've just logged in and I see a tour box here. To move through the tour, you should read what's in each box and then click next. It shows you what the tabs are, what your class card is, and how to join additional classes. You probably won't need to do that. This is my course. I've actually, in last year, I did a little bit of work in it, so that's where these numbers are coming from. But let's get started by clicking on the class card. That brings me to a page that looks like this, so I can see some of the work I've done last year. If you haven't done any work yet, that is okay if this is your very first time logging in. To pick up where I left off, or to see my whole learning journey, I'm going to click right here where it says Learning Journey. So this shows me all the material I have available to me from the very first unit all the way to the end. I can click on a unit, I can then click on a lesson in the unit, and then I can see what's in that lesson. So this lesson, Lesson 1, is called Introduction to Consonant Sounds. I can see that there's one item in this lesson for me to work on. It's called Video Introduction to Consonant Sounds. I've already actually watched this. I watched it last year, but if I want to watch it again, all I need to do is just click play, and it brings me right to that resource. Here's the video. I can click play. Once I watch it, I can then just move to the next thing for me to work on by clicking this green Next button in the lower right-hand corner. I'm actually going to go back a screen just so we can take a look at that learning journey one more time. Let's say I'm now in Lesson 2. I can see I've done a little bit of work so far in Lesson 2. I spent about 22 minutes on this particular item called Say Out Loud Nonsense. And I got 100% on this assessment called Practice Encoding Group 1. So it looks like the next thing for me to work on is Practice Encoding Group 2. I'm going to click on that by clicking play. And this brings me right to that assessment. So I can see my instructions. It says now you will spell some nonsense words. These are not real words. Click the blue arrow to hear a word and then type the word you hear. So let's just try this once.
What? What?
So I can play that as many times as I want. I'm hearing whup, so that's what I'm going to type in. Let's try it with this one.
Quib. Quib.
I'm not sure, but I think I hear quib. So that's what I'm going to type in. Again, you can listen to it as many times as you want to. I've answered the question. There might be more than one question. If there is, you'll see it next down here in the right corner. I know this is the last question because it says Submit All. So I'm going to click on that. And this is like turning your work into your teacher. If you click Cancel, you can go back and change your responses. But once you click Finish Quiz, your work gets graded. I'm going to say Finish Quiz. And I can see my score here, 75%. I can see how I answered. I can listen to the words again if I want to. And again, I can just click Next. I can see what's coming up, called Practice Encoding Group 3. Or I can click to go back and take a look at my learning journey again. So let's take a look at that learning journey one more time. And now I can see I've got an updated score here. Practice Encoding Group 2, what I just worked on, I got a 75%. I can retry by clicking play, or I can move on to the next item, or I can work out of order if my teacher tells me to do that. Let's say my teacher tells me to go to Sight Word 1. I'm going to scroll down. I'm in Unit 1, Lesson 2, and my teacher said Sight Word 1. So here it is. I'm going to click play, just like I did before, and we'll see what loads. So there's one question here I can see. My instructions. Click on the blue arrow to hear a word. You'll hear the word, then you'll hear it in a sentence, and then you'll hear the word again. Type the word you hear. Let's try that.
And you and I are friends. And.
Okay, so I'm hearing her say and. I'm going to type that in. Again, if there's more than one question, you can click Next. But since it says Submit All, I know I'm turning my work into my teacher to be graded. Looks like I got 100%. That's awesome. And I can click Next to move on to the next lesson. You can keep working like this, moving from item to item, or you can come back out to your learning journey and click on any item in the list.